early childhood development. But what does ECD mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Brenda, for giving me an opportunity to come and have this conversation with you. And as we speak about early childhood development, which we shorten as ECD, early childhood development encompasses early learning opportunities for young children, the children's health, their protection, their nutrition, and all that put together, because if a child is not healthy, it does not have good nutrition, he will not be able to concentrate in class. And that is the whole package we talk about early childhood development. Yes.
So when we're talking about early childhood development, so when you're talking about also the nutrition of this child who's in the early, he or she's at the early transformative years of education, nutrition is part of it. So are they taught by the teacher, or the teacher just ensures that through the parents, the child gets a balanced diet?
It's not necessarily teaching the child about their nutrition. It is those around the child, including the parents, the caregivers, even the teachers in school, to ensure that these children are getting good nutrition in terms of balanced diet. And what that means, even for the children who are in the schools should be able to provide nutrition programs in terms of providing children with snacks to be able to gain the energy they require to be able to learn. Yeah, so it's all about all those around the children, the caregivers, the parents, the teachers, the extended family. Yes.
So it's an wholesome education, from academics to physical to health and everything. But is it really working? Because you're seeing at the county level, because the county governments are in charge of ECD, is it really working based on the challenges they're facing?
Thank you so much, Brenda, for that question. We are talking about here pre-primary education when we are looking at the school level. And pre-primary education is one of the devolved functions that was taken to the county government. And what that means is that the county government has a responsibility of ensuring that they provide these children with the teaching, learning materials, with the nutrition, the feeding programs, hiring of teachers and paying them well, but also the national government has a role to play in terms of coming up with policies that will guide the pre-primary education implementation. And of course, currently we have policies to that effect. We have the pre-primary education policy 2017 and the guidelines 2018 and the Early Childhood Education Act 2021. All these are providing guidelines on how implementation of pre-primary education should happen at the preschool level in relation to the learning of these children.
All right.
Yes.
So when you're talking about these policies that have been put in place, the ones you've broken down for us, what areas do we need to work on as a country to ensure that this sector of the education, the most important transformative years of a child who's just started school, is well implemented without failure?
Quite a number of things that needs to be put in place. I know counties are trying. They're trying to ensure that they are hiring teachers, but they're hiring maybe like one teacher in a school. And in that school, you have like 3 teachers, which means one teacher hired by the county government, while the other 2 are paid by parents. It is the responsibility of the county government to ensure that they hire all the preschool teachers. That is number 1. Number 2, they need to ensure that the children have the teaching learning materials to equip the schools with the teaching learning materials. But one thing the counties are doing is they have put up structures, which is a good thing, but those structures need to be equipped and also have teachers who are motivated to teach the children.
So how many teachers per, if I may put it, is it per learner or, per learner in a school or per class in a school?
According to the policy, the pre-primary education policy, one teacher is supposed to handle 25 learners. However, when you go to schools, you will realize that some schools have one teacher handling 40, 50 learners, which means the teachers are overworked. And the same teachers who are overworked, they are not paid well. I know the Council of Governors came up with the terms of service for the pre-primary school teachers, which most counties have not been able to implement to pay teachers based on their training and their qualification. So all those are some of the factors that can demotivate teachers to be able to deliver.
And I know the next question I want to ask you, you've touched a bit on it, on how can ECD systems be improved in the country. Financing is an issue. That is something you have sort of like tried to explain. But then how can we as a country, both at the national and at the county level, what can we do to ensure that ECD system is successful?
Maybe first I want to say, when we talk about the ECD systems, what are some of these systems that we are referring to? One is governance. The other one is financing. The other one is policy, which I've mentioned about. And then the other one is multi-sectoral coordination, because ECD is diverse in terms of what is required to make this child to learn. So in terms of financing, I know very well that the pre-primary education is financed alongside other devolved functions. But the funds that have been given to support pre-primary education, do we have a framework that outlines that this amount should go to the payment of teachers, and then monitoring done to ensure it has gone to the teachers? This amount should go to the teaching learning materials, and then followed to monitor that. So in terms of financing, that's one gap that really needs to be looked into. In terms of multi-sectoral collaboration and coordination, since I said that we have health, nutrition, and all that, how are the different departments in the county government working to ensure that the health of this child in this preschool, the nutrition of this child in this preschool is well, so that the learning and teaching can happen in an environment where the child is well taken care of? So that is the kind of collaboration between the different departments and sectors we need to have if we must support this one child. Because everybody is doing their things in silos, because that is their mandate. But this mandate, there should be some kind of coordination and collaboration.
And that coordination, Dr. Charo, does it also come with the syllabus that are used when it comes to ECD? Okay,
learning at pre-primary should be play. And I know we have the curriculum designs that have been designed by the Kenya Institute of Learning. And the children are using that curriculum with the support of their teachers. In terms of supporting collaboration, it should be at the policy level. For example, the policy states that we should have a national early childhood education committee, which is there, coordinated by the Ministry of Education at the national level. The same policy states that we should have a county early childhood education committee, drawing membership from the different departments. That's now where that coordination I'm talking should come in. But that has not been implemented though.
In a second, as we wind up, just a second, because I need to wind up. I've run out of time. So this early childhood stakeholders are supposed to be meeting in a conference that's supposed to be coming up in a few days.
Yes, on Monday, from Monday to Wednesday, we are having the National Early Childhood Stakeholders Conference, which is the 5th one in Turkana County, and we are partnering with the Turkana County government and the Turkana University. And because of the numbers that have registered to attend the conference, it was to happen at Turkana University, but now the county government and the Turkana University have agreed that the bigger space at Stegra Hotel will host the conference from Monday to Wednesday.
Where childhood education stakeholders and teachers will be meeting to discuss about the challenges, to come up with solutions, how they can work with the county and the national government to ensure that some of the issues that Dr. Charo has talked about are addressed very well. Thank you so much, Dr. Teresa. Let me just get it correctly. It is Dr. Teresa